And let's go ahead and move along in the AFC. Let's get to the North, okay? And right now, we're going to look at the Ravens to begin this conversation. They are 3-1 to win this division. The Bengals are still the favorites right now, plus $1.30. But when you look at the Ravens, the big consternation all offseason was what's going on with Lamar Jackson. I don't think it's coincidental, gentlemen, that on draft day, he got his deal that he was looking for. So he feels like you should feel like we've got harmony in Charm City. Wes, this is a 10-win team. They did make the postseason, even though Lamar Jackson has not finished a regular season in the last 2 years. Is it all about the health of Lamar to how you think the Ravens' fortunes will go?
Yeah, and look, it's all going to depend on terms of how these new offensive weapons, especially that first-round pick. Maybe Lamar with that new deal, he can buy himself flowers. Like Miley Cyrus says, it's Zay Flowers, the first-round pick out of BC. So he comes back. Rashad Bateman does come back healthy. Odell Beckham Jr. was signed. You have Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely at tight end. That's probably the best twosome at tight end in the league. But can that offensive line be healthy? And they also have a new offensive coordinator in Todd Monken, who was with the Georgia Bulldogs, where they won the national championship last year. So I don't think they want to take away what Lamar can do with his legs, but this could be a more explosive passing offense, certainly the most that he's had in his career.
Matt, are you up on your Taylor Swift references?
Who?
It was Miley Cyrus.
Oh, it's Miley Cyrus. I get them all confused. You're
not an American Top 40 listener, apparently.
Wes it's a good bet that Wes is a Swiftie.
Yeah, absolutely, he's a Swiftie. There's no question.
I don't get some of the references, but let's get back to football. I think the Ravens catch a break here, at least in the first month of the season. You can't ask for a much better first 3 weeks of the schedule than Texans at home, Colts at home, weeks 1 and weeks 3. So the schedule starts out pretty well. And actually, if you look at the strength of schedule chart that we talked about earlier in the show, opponents' records from last year, you can argue how accurate that's going to be for forecasting strength of schedule, but that's one way to look at it. Ravens have the 21st toughest schedule in the league, bottom half of the league in strength of schedule. I actually would lean over 9.5 on this team's win total because Ravens get it done year after year after year. It's not always pretty, but I think Lamar Jackson's going to be – there's no questions now about his motivation. He got his payday. I thought it was kind of weird how it all shook out, Dave, because nobody else was willing to pay that market price that Lamar Jackson wanted. Right. Nobody else was going to pay it. And then the Ravens said, okay, we'll go ahead and pay it. I thought the Ravens overpaid. You didn't have to pay that because nobody else was going to pay it.
Yeah, there was no market because they allowed him to pursue in the open market. Said if you get a deal, we get the right of first refusal. Nobody actually made him a concrete deal that we know about.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.